Kia ora everyone, haere mai. Welcome to another, well it's not exactly beekeeping today, it's more of an extraction video, but if you remember the boxes that we took off in January, there's our landowner ones, 5 boxes. And we'll just run you through some of the stuff that we do. Just one thing I wanted to point out, like quite a lot of beekeeping extraction videos I see with the extractor, they have the honey gate here closed until the frames start catching and the motor starts straining, or if the hand cranks, whatever. But I don't know why so many people do that. I prefer to have it open, let the honey run out as it's done. It'll keep things clear in here, stop anything potentially being able to break. So, and yeah, we have extracted a box for someone else, one of their boxes, but they don't have the equipment, so we've done it for them. Some other stuff that I'm going to bring out is none of this is for sale. Here in New Zealand, if we want to sell honey, we have to extract it and package it in an approved facility, and you can tell by the backdrop it's not exactly an approved facility for something like that. But given it's for landowners, we're not going to be selling any of this. It's fine, we can do that. There are some other things that would need to be kept in mind for us here in this country. We do have a poisonous honey, and everything in the North Island here has to be tested for it. Or if you've got some stuff like this, you have to have it off by a certain point to make sure it's safe. We got this off before that point, so in theory this is going to be completely safe. We will probably still try and take a sample once it's all blended in together, make sure it doesn't exceed the safe dosage. But yeah, here it is. We'll start extracting some of this honey. Yeah, some of these boxes, if I don't remember if it's been bought out, some of them are 10 framers, some of them are only 8. The reason behind that is these 8 framers were already drawn out. These ones were put in as just waxed foundation. So to make sure that they drew it out without doing too much burr comb, we used them as 10 framers. Simple little tool. I've used this to do that one so far, and all in all, fairly clean. And we just chuck it into this wax press. This will, eventually we'll show you this as well. We'll push it down and we'll push the honey out from the wax basically. For us, no one here likes getting sticky, so we try and keep things as clean as we can. Some other beekeepers, don't seem to care about stickiness so much. They use other tools, they'll get all the stuff that'll go through the extractor, clog their sieves and all that sort of stuff. We try to work a bit different, just because we don't like being sticky. So once this is uncapped, I'll show you what I'll do with it for a little bit before we actually extract from this frame. This corner's a little bit funny because the wax wasn't drawn out so far because of it being a 10 framer. But now, all in all, pretty clean, pretty good to go, but we'll hang it here for a few minutes and allow some of that wax to fall through into our drip tray, and then we'll put it into the extractor and extract it. Some frames ready to go. It's a 4 frame extractor, this one, so it's not perfectly clean, but it's pretty good. So I'll start putting these in. Now the way this spins, it spins anti-clockwise, and the cells come out at a slight angle like this. So I put them in this end like this, and it's got a better chance of being flung out to the side. Just little tip. It's not necessarily too important to do that, it's just something that we find that makes things just that little bit easier. So we'll go through, we'll put this through at a sort of medium speed on this thing and extract out one side here. And then what we'll do is we'll stop it, we'll turn these over so that they extract the other side, get it so that works its way up to a high speed, and then after that we'll flip it over again and do the original side on a high speed, because otherwise if we try and do it at a high speed to begin with, it'll start getting very unbalanced. So there we are, it's nice and full. What I will do right now, because I've got sticky hands and I don't want to get this sticky, I'll just give them a quick wash. I'll be back in a second, or more. There, just got my light here. It's not exactly the easiest to see in here given our
the glare from the...
Yeah, just given the lighting and all. And we'll just get her started anyway. Just slowly start working our way up. So you should be able to see the honey flinging out the side now.
You can definitely see it on the side anyway.
Actually, that's at max speed. That's a really well balanced low. No idea what that sound is. Don't like that though. Side one done, not necessarily perfect, but not bad.
Most of what's left in there is actually just pollen anyway, from what I could see.
I'll chuck it around for the second side anyway. I think I saw what it was. There was a bit of wax on the bottom of this. I think's what that sound was. Yeah, give my hands a quick wash again. Yeah, so we're ready to go on the second side now. I've got dry, clean hands. So we'll start her up. Slowly work our way up to speed. I think that's another bit of wax. I think a bit of wax has flipped this up. No,
Nope.
never mind. And you can see it's starting to go out the honey gate now a little bit.
So you can see there's a bit of wax and stuff still in with it as well, but it'll go through the mesh and the mesh will filter out all the big stuff so we get just the honey going into the tank.
Yeah, we've finished our extracting for the third time, so you can see it's got that sheen, but it's pretty well, all the cells are empty. Just basically slightly stick your own hand over it now. So yeah, you can start chucking those away. Again, pretty tidy. The only thing really left is the pollen, which will be fantastic to give back to the bees. Very glad that doesn't extract with the honey, because yeah, the bees need it more than we do. I mean, there is the occasional little spot like that that got missed. That's just kind of inevitable, but I mean, the bees will clean that out. That's fine. It's not an issue at all. And yeah, final frame out of that lot. Again, pretty clean. Just pollen in there, largely. Yeah, we'll start chucking the next lot in. So once...
And that all just came from these 4 frames. Looks pretty nasty, but once it's actually filtered through.
Just bear in mind as well that the bottom of the tank is actually somewhere around here, so it's still holding bits. At the end we'll have to tilt it to be able to try and get all the last of it out. But yeah, when we're from here, it'll actually start coming through a lot clearer. Very messy inside, if you can see. All the bees, all the wax that's with it. But yeah, that'll go through the meshes, that'll clean out, and you'll be left with some nice clean honey. So we'll show you when we get on to the next part. For now, we'll carry on with our uncapping and extracting. And then yeah, once we've gotten this here full, it's a Ghost Chips toy. So this extractor, that's my thing, I've bought that. My sister bought this, Ghost Chips, and she'll show you how that works when it gets full enough for us to use it. Until then, catch ya.
Alright, so we're ready to use the wax press machine here. So what I'm going to do, we've got this filled up with wax cappings. So I'll just put this in. We're going to try and squeeze as much of the honey that's in with the wax cappings out as possible. And so what we do is we grab this here, and that goes in on top. And then
Try and push it down as much as you can beforehand.
exactly. You can
Just
see
watch it
it's
oozing up the
starting
side.
Yeah.
Okay, so get that in. Have it sitting in the little notch in there. And then you just start cranking it. And it'll compress it all, push out the wax. Wax goes out through the funnel into the filter, which will strain it, and you get nice clean honey from it.
And also get some clean wax and maximize your yields a bit.
There is always a lot of wax, honey in with the wax, the cappings. So
Usually we let it drip out over a few days, but this little machine is making it a lot easier.
going the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have the worst sense of direction, so even when it comes to just doing this, my goodness, I get confused.
Yeah, it's a double strainer, so got a wider thing here and a thinner one down the below. Just helps filter it out there a little bit better. So the stuff down there should be nice and pure, nice clean honey. Yeah, so it's been a while since we extracted this stuff. We were letting it go through some sieves and stuff like that to try and get it as filtered as we can. We've got, how much did you say it was? About 120 kilo from 5 boxes?
Give or take, yeah.
Give or take, so about 120 kilo, or that'd be about 250, 260 pound, give or take. So yeah, I'll show you how we're gonna pot it. I'll just open this up a bit so that it doesn't implode. Solid bucket lids. Wish they made these like these for some other things. Come off too easy. There. There's some stuff in here. Unfortunately, we don't have access to crazy 1000 micron filters or anything that big companies do, but apart from the bees, it's all edible. It's just some wax. It's not bad at all. So we'll start filling this up. That's about 1 kg there, which I think is, what, about 2.2 pound, something like that. There. That's one out of however many that we're chucking into these containers, these boxes, to give to our landowners. Yeah. Hope you enjoy a bit of a slow-mo or some speed-up footage. We'll just get these filled. Last pot for that box, so in it goes. 12 kilo in there, give or take, hopefully a little bit more. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed watching us do honey extraction from beginning of the uncapping right through to the potting of it, and we'll catch you next time. Ka kite anō.
See you later.